Hey guys, I'm back and I decided to do some Neca reviews because I have a shitload of Neca figures that I haven't reviewed. So why not? It's something to do, it's something different. Um, I was debating on what to start with. I decided on this guy because there aren't a ton of reviews for this guy out there, or at least this version. This is the Evil Dead 2 Ultimate Hero Ash. This is the Walmart exclusive version, or the single card release, which is a Walmart exclusive. This initially came in a 2-pack, I think, with Demon Ed. But this is just Ash, which is kind of sucks as a Walmart exclusive. They should kind of just release this guy anyway, because I'm sure there's plenty of people that want Ash but don't really care about the Demon guy. But yeah, without further delay, we will get into this review as soon as we look at the box. So I actually kind of like this box. Some people think it looks cheap. I don't know why. It's got the skull and the Evil Dead 2 poster, but I like how it's all whited out, except for he's got these big glowing red eyes. It looks pretty cool. Kiss Your Nerves Goodbye, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. I like the white and red of the package. I think it looks pretty good, in my opinion. The back, same as the top. Back here, my box got a little bit of a dent, but this is the best Ash I could find paint job wise, so I didn't really care too much about the box. We got some pictures of the figure here. Him with that Ed figure that came with the 2-pack. Pictures of the accessories. Got, after a relaxing cabin vacation doesn't go as planned, Ash is left with 3 dead friends, an undead girlfriend with an angry evil spirit on the loose. As nightfall approaches, Ash must prepare to again battle the legions of the damned if he wants to make it to dawn. Even though this is kind of a sequel slash remake of the first Evil Dead, it's kind of just an odd movie to describe, but many people feel it's superior to the original. So that's the box. We will get to the accessories, not the figure itself. So for accessories, he comes with a few, not as many as I initially thought he did, but a decent amount at least. And so he comes with a couple alternate heads. This one doesn't want to stand up. He comes with a more angry looking head here. All of them have like the cuts on there, which the kind of weird thing is that the cuts are in different places on different heads, so not much for continuity there. But there's this angry head, and he comes with this here groovy head. It looks pretty much like his exact facial expression when he's saying the line. This goddamn thing will focus. The groovy line in the movie after he makes his chainsaw hand. But yeah, all the sculpts are pretty well done. I like the fact that they kind of make it glisten up at the top of the forehead with the blood and the sweat. He was very sweaty throughout this entire movie. Bruce Campbell was, for sure. I could see them. I don't know if he was actually really sweaty or if they were literally just dousing him with water between takes. There's probably a documentary out there I could watch that has the answer to all of this. I don't know what season it was when they were filming the movie, but yeah, I got the cuts, got the blood there. The likeness to Bruce Campbell isn't necessarily the greatest on any of the heads. This is probably the best one when it comes to the likeness, but that's the thing. Not all figures are going to have like great likeness, even figures like Neca, because I don't think they had the facial scan stuff at the time of this figure's release, and this is just a reissue. This isn't like a brand new figure. See, you can even see some sweat under his eye there. You can see it glistening, which is kind of cool. A nice touch. This is the other head, obviously. It's a more confused looking head, more confused look to him. His hair is probably the most normal in this version, the least messed up. He's probably the least messed up in this version. This is where the cuts kind of change. They look smaller in this, and some of them are in different places than like the angry Ash or the groovy Ash here. But you still, even if the likeness isn't the greatest, you can still tell that it's Ash. You still know who it's supposed to be, which is the most important part with action figures. And not all action figures have the perfect likenesses, but they can, as long as they're able to communicate what the character is, then that's, I feel, is the most important thing. He comes with his dagger too. This skull dagger made out of bone. Got some skull heads on the front. God, this camera sucks. I don't even know if the camera's a fucking phone, but it sucks. Yeah, the skull there. Nice sculpting, nice paint work. I'm not sure exactly what this was used for. I don't remember, which is weird because I saw the movie not too long ago. I mean, it was less than a year, but I still can't remember exactly what this was for. It seems important though. Like, I don't know, maybe like stab the book or something. Nah, the book isn't like a Horcrux. This isn't Harry Potter. But yeah, just really well done on the sculpt work there with all the little different bones in there and the skulls. And it looks like there's even some smaller skulls down there. This looks like a spine there. Kind of a weird, cool design. Very fitting with the movie. And then you have, of course, the Necronomicon S Mortis, the Book of the Dead. Very well sculpted. Very well sculpted. You got the face on the front there. You got the back, also very well sculpted. The paint isn't too crazy, but it represents the book well. I'm not sure if there's more than one tone in there. I think there is. Neca's usually pretty good with this kind of stuff. And then the book opens up, which is cool, and you can see some pages from the book with some illustrations there. What look like eyeballs there, and then like a zombie head or something on the next page here. And there's a little bit of a wash in there to make the pages look all worn out and old. It's pretty cool, and the writing and all that stuff. It's pretty cool that it opens up like that. But yeah. And his last accessory that we'll talk about is this boomstick, his sawed-off double-barrel shotgun, which he saws off with the chainsaw. So this is post chainsaw arm Ash here, this figure, so you don't get like a full-on shotgun, and you don't get a stump arm, unfortunately. That would really make this figure the ultimate. If they do a new version, they should probably do one that comes with sort of both versions. Neca's good about doing things that like pack a ton of accessories and alternate features, so maybe one with a full shotgun and a stump hand, and looks like the paint's done really well on the butt of the gun here, the stock, the wooden stock and handle, and then the metal of the actual barrel itself. There's a nice wash in there. One thing that did disappoint me, I just now realized this, is that like it's just flat on the front. They didn't sculpt out any actual like barrels. It's just flat, which is kind of dumb. It doesn't look very good. NECA's usually good about this kind of stuff, so I'm kind of shocked they didn't take the time to just put some holes in between in there with the barrels where the bullets come out, you know. But you know, it is what it is. It still looks good from any profile but dead on, because then you can totally tell there's nothing there. It's just flat. And you can store this onto his back, which is cool. Weapon storage is always good, always welcome, always usually needed. So that's cool, and he had that in the movie, so you know, it's kind of a big deal. Those are his accessories. As for the detailing on the figure, once again, everything is really well done. You got the all the sculpting and paint work is really top notch, as you would expect from NECA. You got lots of different washes and different paints in there. Got some blood on his shirt and the blue, and it's all torn up and shredded. Even the arm here is torn. This entire arm's torn off, exposing this bare arm here, and you can see his veins in there. And he's got the hair on his chest, and there's a bit of a wash there on his chest to make him seem dirty because he was all covered in dirt and grime and sweat and blood throughout the entire movie. And then you got the totally scuffed up pant leg there, and you got his chainsaw arm, which doesn't really count as an accessory because it's part of him. It's attached to the figure, and like I said, there's no stump arm or anything to swap it out with. Chainsaw is really well done. Everything looks good. Love the paint work on here. The wood of the handle there, all the little details, the inner workings, all the little everything there with the chainsaw. Everything's very, very well done here. Yes, there we go. Got the blood all over the blade. And yes, it is a little bit warped. It came warped in the package. It was actually, I believe, more warped than this. All of them were warped when I checked them, so it's probably going to be a problem with all of them. But if you work it enough, you can probably fix it over time. I've made better over time. There's probably a better, less lazy way that would fix it more permanently, like probably do like a heat gun or something like that to fix it more permanently. But yeah, as I already talked about the head sculpt. Got his pants there. They're either brown or brown or green or something. But yeah, they're all messed up, and then he's got torn in the back of the shirt. This skin tone doesn't really match the rest of him, which is unfortunate. But obviously, it's not the same. It's probably sculpted in blue plastic, and they probably painted over it. That's the only real noticeable area where the paint isn't the greatest. Other than that, everything matches up and everything works well. That Ash Williams butt there. I got the straps for his holster for his sawed off, and then yeah, everything on here is really well done. No real qualms with the sculpt. Only slight issues with the paint. I was told that this has a different skin tone to the original release that came with the Ed. I was told that the skin tone's actually better, and that the other one just wasn't as natural looking, whatever that means. But yeah, so that's that, and everything looks solid as you would expect from Neca. All the detailing, all the paint, all really well done. Let's get on to the articulation. Alright, so for articulation, it's actually, this is a slightly earlier Neca release. Like, not super early, not when they were like making just statues with like 2 points of articulation, but before the age of their like double jointed knees and their well, not all their things have double jointed knees, but before they're like uber articulated, like Predator figures and things like that, before they really started cracking down on making those ultimate figures, it was kind of in the middle of those periods. The original release of this figure, anyway, but this is the same figure. The only thing that's different is, I guess, some paint stuff, and yeah. So with that, the articulation falls in the middle. It's pretty good. It's not the most articulated thing Neca's ever done, but it's got pretty decent articulation. So head can probably fully rotate. I don't want to try it though, because Neca figures are known to be fragile. Doesn't really look up, unfortunately. Looks down a little bit. He's got a good amount of neck pivot there. This feels like it's a double ball joint. Let's see. Oh boy, am I gonna break this on camera here? Oh, yeah. It's a ball in the neck, and then kind of just a peg here where the head actually goes in. It's strange, the head's almost separated from the chin. That's funny though. Bruce Campbell chin. Gotta be separate. You gotta do the Bruce Campbell chin right. Okay. The arms can fully rotate. They can go out. Single jointed elbow. This one does not meet 90 degrees at all, but oh well. It rotates there. Let's see if this one's better. This one's slightly better, but it's still not great with the range. There's a rotation here at the chainsaw. Chainsaw rotates. And then this hand is on a ball joint, it feels like. So you can rotate it and move it up and down, back and forth. And then it looks like there's a diaphragm joint here. I don't know if there is or not, or if they just separated these pieces here. Because there is a waist joint that feels like a ball joint here, because you can get some pivot, crunching forward and back motion, rotation. This, I don't know. It might be a joint, but it's really tight and stiff, and it feels like there's some like stuck glue in there, which is another problem with NECA figures. So I don't want to like risk that, but there may be a joint there. The legs, they kick forward a decent amount. Yeah, it meets 90 about. And they go out. This one goes out more. You can almost get him doing a freaking karate sidekick there. And then there's a single jointed knee. Again, not the greatest range. Rotation at the knee there. And then the feet are on ball joints, so you can move them up and down a little bit. Limited range. There's a bit of a rocker, a bit of an ankle rocker there. But you can still get some decent poses out of this guy. It's not like a statue like their older figures, but it's not going to get him in any crazy Marvel Legends poses. But then again, that's not what NECA figures are about. They're really more for looks than anything. The fact that they're as articulated as they are now is really just a bonus. And they all come with a ton of accessories and are really well sculpted and detailed. And NECA just makes the best movie figures around, honestly, the best bang for your buck. And they just really listen to their fans, and when it comes to creating figures and making new figures. And this is just another one of their cool horror figures based on a horror franchise. Speaking of those, I will do some size comparisons here right now. I would cut, but what's the point? Okay. So we're just going to bring in another horror icon here. Except obviously he's a slasher villain. We got Freddy here. Really not enough room to bring in 3 NECA figures at the same time in this backdrop anyway. So Freddy's just a tad bit taller with his hat and everything. But if you took off his hat, they'd probably be about the same height, honestly. I don't know how tall Bruce Campbell is in comparison to Robert Englund, but seems like a decent scale. Seems good. And then we'll bring in the big boy here, Jason, who just towers over him as he should. And this is probably the tallest version of Jason there is anyway. The Freddy versus Jason. I believe the remake Jason was pretty tall too. I don't know if he was as tall as this guy was though. Plus this guy's wearing freaking Frankenstein boots, so that doesn't hurt how tall he is. And I just love that, seeing Jason just tower over Ash. I have him actually displayed so that Jason's standing behind him and he's just towering over him. He has no idea what's coming for him. But yeah, I like this scale a lot. And a review for this guy might be coming soon. I have a lot of NECA figures, so we'll see which one comes first. I have Sam. I got obviously Freddy. I have a Predator, the original Predator. from the original movies, the Ultimate figures. So I have a lot of Ultimates. But yeah, we'll get this guy out of here. This big boy, this big mama's boy. But yeah, do I recommend this guy? If you're an Evil Dead fan, absolutely. If you don't want to deal with tracking down the 2-pack and getting that, or you don't want to pay for the 2-pack, this is probably your best bet. I actually found him at retail, so there's a good chance you'll be able to find him at retail at your local Walmart. If not, he is available online, though I'm not sure what the price is. Last time I checked, it was pretty reasonable, like around 30-ish bucks. It might have gone up, but it's still probably less than the 2-pack, and this version is slightly better because, like I said before, the paint or for the flesh tone is better on this one. If you do have that little error there in the back where it doesn't look too hot. But yeah, if you're an Ash fan, if you're an Evil Dead fan, Evil Dead 2 fan, you're going to want this guy. If you're a horror fan, you're going to want this guy because, I mean, who doesn't want to do their fantasy matchups of Ash versus Freddy versus Jason versus Ash, that movie that was going to be made, that wasn't made. Oh, what could have been. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll see if I get to do some more NECA reviews soon. I probably will, because like I said, I don't have much better to do. And I love horror movies, and I love NECA figures. I love collecting them just because they make figures on horror movies, and it's like my favorite genre. So anyways, I've droned on for long enough. These videos always go for too long. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Groovy.